everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 Milwaukee Braves baseball for you tonight. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Braves. And here's your starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off playing center field is Bill Vernon. Batting second playing third base is Don Hoke. Batting third playing left field is Bob Skinner. Batting fourth playing first base is Dick Stewart. Batting fifth playing right field is Roberto Clemente. Batting sixth doing the catching is Smokey Burgess. Batting seventh and playing shortstop is Dick Grote. Batting eighth playing second base is Bill Mazeroski. And batting ninth on the mound doing the pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Joe Gibbon. And let's take a look at the hometown Milwaukee Braves starting lineup here, folks. Leading off playing center field is Gina Comella. Batting second playing second's Frank Bolin. Batting third playing third's Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth playing right field's Hank Aaron. Batting fifth playing first base is Joe Adcock. Batting sixth playing left field's Frank Thomas. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. Batting ninth and doing the pitching on the mound for the Milwaukee Braves is Carl Wiley. Let's get down here to Milwaukee County Stadium, folks, and get this game started. And Carl Wiley on the season has a 4.04 ERA. He's 10-5. He's got 2 complete games and 1 save, folks. He's going up against Bill Vernon, lead off this game, batting .245, 7 home runs and 46 RBIs. He'll just pitch to Burnt. And Vernon makes a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Carl. That's 1 up and 1 down here at the top of the first. And that'll bring up Mr. Don Houck. And Don's batting .276 with 16 home runs and 54 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field for Don. And Frank Thomas is out there. He takes it off the bounce, fires it in. Don's down at first now with 1 out for Mr. Skinner. And Bob Skinner is batting .310 on the year with 2 home runs and 28 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And the only play for McMillan is over to first. So Houck will get down to second now with 2 outs for Mr. Dick Stewart. Dick Stewart's batting .295 on the year, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs. Hey, Cleveland baseball fan, 879, Tim's in the house. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So strikes out the first batter and the third batter. In between you had the single. We go to the bottom of the first. Pirates nothing. The Braves due up. Gino, Bolin, and Matthews. And you got Joe Gibbon on the mound with a 3.09 ERA. He's at 500. He's 9-9 on the year. 4 complete games and 1 save for him. And here's the pitch to Gino. Only batting $188, folks, with no home runs and no RBIs. And he promptly walks a 188 hitter, folks. Not what you like to see if you're a Pirates fan. The Braves are loving it. Gino's down at first with nobody out for Frank Bolin. Frank's batting .289 with 15 home runs and 60 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. That'll be out number 1 as Skinner makes the catch. That brings up the big boys now. Here's Eddie Matthews with Gino down at first, batting .299. Like to get that over 300 with his 21 home runs and 80 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Let's see who's calling for it out there. Now it'll be Don down at third. He makes the catch for out number 2. So it's up to Mr. Hank Aaron to do something here with 2 outs. He's batting .298 on the year, folks, with 21 home runs and 79 RBIs. And that's not going to get her done. That's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. The Braves get the leadoff batter on, but don't do nothing with him. Let him stand down there at first. Excuse me. So we go to the second inning. It's still nothing. You got Clemente, Burgess, and Grote due up. If you're a Braves fan, that's how you want to see Clemente up with nobody on. He's batting .359, folks. 12 home runs, 64 RBIs, and that batting average is leading the National League and the American League. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Looks like Carl's wheeling and dealing out there today. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game, folks. This brings up Smokey Burgess. Smokey's batting .317 with 10 home runs and 48 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Smokey's aboard here with 1 out. Up comes the Grote, Dick Grote. And he's batting .235 on the year, folks, with 5 home runs and 35 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the 4th strikeout by Wiley. That's 2 outs now for Mazeroski. He is batting .221 with 4 home runs and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And that's going to be an easy out. I'm sorry, that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Carl Wiley with his 5th strikeout, folks. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still nothing. We got Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey due up here for the Bravos. Ken Castro and 007, how you guys doing? And here's Joe Adcock batting .271, 23 home runs, 74 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. That'll be an easy play for out number 1. That brings up Mr. Frank Thomas. Frank's batting just .244 on the year, folks. 18 home runs and 55 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Down the short, rather. Down the 2nd. Don't doubt yourself. Mazeroski's got it. Fires over the 1st. 2 up and 2 down. Now it's up to Joe Torrey to keep this 2nd inning alive. Only hitting .239 on the year, folks. 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon in center field. And that's 1, 2, 3 goes the Bravos. We go to the top of the 3rd. We got Gibbons due up and in the top of the order. And Vernon and Houck. Old Gibbons is hitting .122 on the year. No home runs, 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Frank Thomas is out there today. He makes the catch for out number 1. Oh, cool, 007. Says he's got a video coming up. Legends is in the house. You doing a game later tonight, Legends? Here's Vernon. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gino in center field. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. And that brings up Houck. Houck is 1 for 1 with a single his first time up. And that's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6, folks. Okay, bud. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. McMillan, Wiley, and Gino. Max only hitting .206 on the year. Can he get on here, folks? Start this inning off. It's a ground ball down the 3rd. That's not going to get her done. That'll be out number 1. Brings up Mr. Wiley. Carl's batting .081 on the year. He's only 3 for 37 with 1 RBI, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Gibbons' first strikeout of the game. Oh, cool. Looking forward to it. I hope you do get time. Legend says he might do a short football video with his Madden project. So now we're back to the top of the order. 2 out, nobody on. Gino walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And the Braves go down in order, folks. We go to the top of the fourth. We got Skinner, Stewart, and Clemente due up here against Carl. Stewart grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Don't want to see that now with Clemente coming up, folks. You got Stewart in between them, though. See if they can get a ground ball double play here. Stewart's not very fleet of foot. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's a ground ball down the short. Can the Braves turn 2 here, folks? And no, because Max only play is going to be over the first. So Stewart's going to hit down the second. He's in scoring position for Clemente. Sure. And here is the question. Do we walk Clemente and set up the double play and pitch to Burgess? And I say that's what we do. We don't want Clemente driving in a run. So we're going to walk Clemente. And that'll bring up Burgess. We'll have first and second with 1 out and still hoping for that double play ball. So here's the pitch to Smokey. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Let's see if he makes us pay for that walk. And he does, folks. Yep. He says, walk me, will you? That's going to be a single in the left. And Skinner's going to score. And Clemente, with his speed, he's going to end up down at third. So the base on balls didn't pay off there. We got first and third, and the Pirates score 1. Braves are still going to play back. You got Burgess down at first with not much speed, and Grote at the plate. Grote struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch, and he ain't striking out this time, folks. That ball is hit in the deep center field. Gino can't get to it, and that's going to clear the bases. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-0 ball game, folks, with Grote standing down at second. Wiley was just breezing through the first 3 innings. 1 out, Grote at second. Mazeroski's up. He struck out his first time up. Hey, Al Red Sox fans in the house, folks. Check out his channel. And it just keeps getting worse here, folks, because I think Carl Wiley's a little upset and throws that ball inside, and he just hit Bill Mazeroski, who's only hitting .221 on the year. The Pirates come up to the top of the dugout steps. They're not liking it. That brings up Gibbon. And let's see here. Is he going to try to bunt him in the scoring position for Vernon? I think that's what he's going to do. He's trying to lay down a bunt here. Got first and second, 1 out. Here's Gibbons. He's going to lay down a bunt. And that's going to be a strikeout. Misses his third opportunity to bunt. Gibbon unable to get the job done. So now there's 2 outs with runners on first and second for Vernon. Here's the pitch to Bill. He's 0 for 2, flew out and struck out. And that's going to be another strikeout. And that'll end the inning. I thought that should have been 3-0. It's 2-0, huh? This didn't seem right. Let's see here. Did I screw up? Go back here and look at the scorecard. So yeah, it's Skinner walk. You had Stewart ground out. You had Clemente walk. You had Burgess with a single that drove in Skinner and then Grote. So something happened there that we didn't get the third run. So let's go back here and get this fixed. Okay, so undo. And undo one more time. That was the double. Should have scored 2. So they didn't score on the first play. So that's where we messed up with Smokey. The whole way back to Smokey didn't score Skinner. So, all righty. So we got a single. Okay. So that scores Skinner. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't notice I messed up here. So that scores there. Then Grote's going to get a double. Clear the bases. Then Mazeroski is going to get hit by a pitch. And then we got back-to-back strikeouts. As Gibbon fouls off a 2-strike bunt. And Vernon strikes out. Now we got her straight in a 3-0 lead. Alrighty, now we go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-0. We got Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron. Like I say, sorry about that, guys. Here's Frank Bolin. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the left. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Bill Vernon on his horse makes a nice running catch and robs Frank Bolin of a base hit, folks. That brings up Eddie Matthews now. Eddie popped up the third his first time up. And another nice catch out there in center field. Vernon is committing a highway robbery out there, folks. Just robbing the Braves of hit after hit. So now we got Hank Aaron. He might want to try hitting it somewhere else besides center field. And he does. He swings and misses and doesn't hit it anywhere. Braves go down 1-2-3. Nice play by Bill Vernon to Braves off the bases. So now we go to the top of the 5th. Houck, Skinner, and Stewart. Houck is 1 for 2 off the single and a strikeout. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Joe Torre's back there makes the catch for out number 1. Yeah, to bring up Bob Skinner is 0 for 1 with a ground ball to short and a walk. And he gets a hold of this one off of Carl. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. It hits off the fence out there. And that'll be a stand-up double by Skinner. And Stewart's up now with a runner on at second and 1 out. Dick's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. No, I'm sorry. That's a ground ball down the first. And Skinner will get down to third as Adcock tosses that ball over to Carl. That brings up Clemente now. The runner on 3rd and 2 outs. He's 0 for 1 with that intentional walk. Here's the pitch to Clemente. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield, I believe. Now that's a fly ball out to center field. Gino with a nice catch out there. Looked like he was Bill Vernon and robbed Clemente of a base hit. Nice play by Gino. That keeps the Pirates off the board. Keeps it a 3-run game. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey. Let's see if they can get something going here against Joe. It's the Joe and Joe show. And let's see if Adcock can get the Gibbon. And no, that's just an easy ground ball down the 3rd. And that'll do it for Joe Adcock. He goes to the bench shaking his head. Brings up Frank Thomas now. Frank grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And all of a sudden, Gibbon is on a roll here, folks. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. That brings up Joe Torre. Maybe he can start getting some hits here for the Braves. And not going to happen this time because that's a ground ball down to Mazeroski. And the Braves go down in order again. And we go to the top of the 6th. Pittsburgh Pirates 3, the Milwaukee Braves nothing. Burgess, Grodin, Mazeroski do up. Smokey with that key base hit after walking on Clemente. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI. And he came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. McMillan messes that one all up. That's going to be an E6. And Smokey's on first for the 3rd time today. Hey, Doug. And the Groat's up. Groat's 1 for 2 with a big double his last time up and drove in 2. Here's the pitch to Groat. And that's going to be a single in the center field. Smokey with his speed's going to stop at second. So now we got 1st and 2nd. Nobody out for Mazeroski. Braves need a double play in the worst way here. Mazeroski was struck out and got hit by a pitch. Here's the pitch to Maz. And that's going to be the ground ball. Can the Braves turn 2 on it? The ball is hit down the short. McMillan up with it. Tosses over to Frank Boland, who fires it down the first. But Maz with his speed's able to beat it out. And now we got 1st and 3rd with 1 out. And I don't think we'll do a squeeze play, but we might just bunt Mazeroski, try to get him down to 2nd. That's what they're going to do. Not a squeeze play or a safety squeeze. They're just going to try to bunt Maz down to 2nd. Here's the pitch to Gibbon. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's foul ball, strike 2. And they keep the bunt sign on. And that's hit back, bunted right back to the mound. And Carl Wiley takes it, and he's just going to tag Gibbons out himself. So now we got 2nd and 3rd. Didn't let me do that, huh? So we got 2nd and 3rd now. And 2 outs. I don't want the runner on 3rd advancing, and I'm pretty sure if I do this, he's going to advance. Let's see here. Sacrifice P1. Alrighty, let's take a look here. Probably gonna make me do a squeeze instead of a sacrifice is probably what it's looking for. Okay. Probably what it's looking for is a squeeze play. And it doesn't look like there's one. Doesn't look like there's a command to hold the runner at third. That's what I was figuring. That's what I was figuring. Well, I'm not going to fool with this much, so it's just going to be a ground ball 1-1. Unassisted, runner on third's going to hold. And unfortunately, Gibbon's going to be charged with a at-bat. And that's that. I'm not going to be wasting much time with that. Sorry about that. Trying to get a sacrifice bunt with the runner down at third holding 007, but it don't look like it's going to let me. So Gibbons is going to be charged with an at-bat, and Mazeroski's going to end up at second with 2 outs. Burgess down at third, and Bill Vernon's up 0 for 3, struck out twice and flew out to center. And that's going to be a base hit. So the sacrifice bunt, which wasn't a sacrifice bunt, is going to pay off, and that's going to score 2 more as Vernon hits that ball over first base in the right field. Both runners score, and all of a sudden this game's getting out of hand, folks. It's going to be 5-0 Pirates. And Vernon standing down at first with 2 outs. This looks like the Pirates have got the Braves number again in this game, folks. And here comes Mr. Don Houck. He's 1 for 3, a single, a strikeout, and a pop-up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Matthews is up with it. He fires across the diamond. That'll end the 6th inning, but not until the Pirates score 2 more and take a 5-0 lead. We got McMillan followed by Wiley. Probably pitch hit for him. And then back to the top of the order. And here comes Mack. He's 0 for 1. And he's grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field for out number 1. So now we'll pitch it here for Wiley. And let's see who was going to come in here to pitch hit. Got a bunch of lefties on the bench. Unfortunately, most of the righties are in the game. We're going to go with John Detmer. He's going to come off the bench here. Give John a pitch hit opportunity here. Where's old John boy at? There he is. So 1 out, nobody on for John. He's batting a .151 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Hey, Beatles. Your Pirates are doing another number on the Braves here. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one on John. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. How about that? A pitch hit, base hit for John. He hits that ball in the left field. He makes the turn. Skinner gets the ball in quick. Being down by 5, he's not going to go nowhere. That'll bring up old Gino. He was 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounded out the short his last time up. See if he can get something going here down by 5 in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And that's going to be out number 2. But that will get the runner down the 2nd. So we got 2 outs. Detmer down at 2nd for Frank Bowling. Can Frank come up with a big base hit here, folks? Drive in a run and bring the big boys up. Frank's 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and left. And that's going to be hit down the 3rd. And that'll be that'll be hit down the 3rd. That'll be an easy play for Don, and that'll end the inning. So the pitch hit single goes for naught. And the Braves leave a runner down at 2nd. Now, who are they going to bring on here to pitch? And is it going to be... Who is going to be? The bullpen's pretty tired. It looks like it's going to be Mr. Notebart's going to come out to pitch again, I guess. Yeah, Don's going to come out here and pitch. See if he can keep this a 5-run game. So Don's going to be facing Skinner, Stewart, and Clemente here in the top of the 7th. Bob's 1 for 2. He's got a double, walked, and scored a run. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He'll take it himself. Step on the bag for out number 1. And here comes Mr. Dick Stewart. He's 0 for 3. Struck out and grounded out to the 1st and the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan at short. That'll be out number 2. That brings up Clemente now. And Roberto's 0 for 2 with a walk. And here's the pitch for Clemente. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Clemente's down at 1st with 2 outs. Yeah, work gets in the way of a lot of stuff, doesn't it, Legends? Yeah. So we got Clemente at 1st. Smokey Burgess, who's been on base all 3 times. He's 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles, and he reached on an error. Here's the pitch to Smokey. And that's popped up in the foul territory down the 3rd baseline. Matthews over near the wall, makes the catch in foul territory, and that'll end the inning. And we go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. It's still 5-0 Pirates. We got Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock up, and Joe Gibbon is throwing a masterpiece, folks. Their only hit was that pitch hit by John Detmer. He has been shutting these Braves down. Eddie Matthews over 2, popped up the third and flew out the center. And of course, we dropped the dice, making an official game here. And that ball is high. That ball is back. That ball is gone, folks. Eddie Matthews with his 22nd home run of the year. And legends, I just gave Joe Gibbon the kiss of death, saying how he was mowing them down. It's a 5-1 game. As the Braves get on the scoreboard here, folks. And here comes Mr. Hank Aaron. He's flown out and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one, and all of a sudden, the Braves have figured Joe out. It might be too little, too late. That's a blast in the right field. Hits up the top of the wall, bounces back, and Aaron standing down at second with a double, folks. 2 hard-hit balls. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, legends. It ain't just you. Yep. Yeah. Now Joe Adcock is up. 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third both times up. Can he bring in Aaron and get the lead down to 3? And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Hank's going to stay put, and that'll be out number 1. That'll bring up Frank Thomas now. Frank is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. And that's going to be hit in the right field, and Clemente muffs that ball. It gets by. That's going to be an E9, and Hank's going to score from second, folks. That's a 2-base error on Clemente. And Thomas is going to stop at first. And all of a sudden, the Braves are making some noise, folks. As it's a 5-2 ball game. Joe Torre, he can make it a 1-run ball game. One swing and a bat here. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out to second. And that's not going to be a home run, but that is going to be a single in the right. And all of a sudden, the wheels are falling off the cart for Joe. We got runners on the corners now, first and third, and only 1 out. And McMillan's due up. See what Mac can do here. Beatles, if you want to make a pitching change or anything, let me know, Beatles. Beatles wants to do some managing. Yeah, they're looking for some 7th inning magic, aren't they? First and third, Thomas down at third. Torrey's down at first. McMillan's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third and flown out the left. Here's the pitch to Mac. See if he can come through here, make us a 2-run game at least. And that's a base on balls. Bases are juice, folks. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Don. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. And I'll see if Beatles wants to make a pitching change after I do the batter here. And I think it's going to be Felix the Cat. Felix is going to come off the bench. Montelia. Let's see if Beatles wants to bring in a righty to face him with 1 out, bases juiced. Where's the Cat at? There's the Cat. Alrighty, Beatles wants to see who they got in the pen here. And we'll bring up all the righties. Put them up here. You got Right-hander, you got Face, you got Witt, Laban, McBean for your righties. All right, Beetle says bring in Face. Face is going to come in and face the cat. Face will be batting third in the top of the eighth. See, you don't want to do a double switch, do you, and take anybody out, Beetles, before I click on it? Smokey made the third out. Here's your bench. They got two catchers on the bench. Nope, alrighty, we'll go with that and have Face batting third. Alrighty, so we got bases juiced for the cat. 1 out. It's a 5-2 ball game. Can the cat get a base hit? Torrey should be able to score from second on a single. Here's the pitch to Felix, and that's just going to be a fly ball in the right field. Is that going to be deep enough to score the runner? And yes, it is. And Joe's going to tag up also. So it's going to be first and third. It's going to be a 5-3 ball game. So you got first and third now with 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. And old Gino's up now. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Can he come through with a big base hit? He's grounded out the third, and he's grounded out the short his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a single. Oh, no, that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Bill Vernon with another great play and robs Gino of a single. And that ends the inning. But the Braves do score 3 and get back in this game, folks. It's 5-3. Pittsburgh as we go to the top of the 8th. And now, who is the Braves going to bring on here? I guess they're going to go with the big man. Don's going to come in here, try to keep this a 2-run game. Bullpen's pretty tired. Don hasn't pitched in a while. Let's see when the last time Don's pitched. Yeah, it's been 2 days since he's pitched. So Don's going to come in here in the 8th. Not a save opportunity, but they got to keep everybody else fresh. They're tired. So see if he can keep this a 2-run game and give the Braves a chance in the 8th or the 9th. He'll be facing Grote, Mazeroski, and see if Beatles wants to let Face stay in the game here. So Dick Grote's 2 for 3, folks. He's doubled 2 RBIs on the game, struck out his other time up. And that's going to be that's a base on balls. That W, Ken, kills you. Don walks the leadoff batter with that W. So Grote's down at first for Mazeroski. Mazeroski's 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch and reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch to Mazeroski. Can they turn 2? And just what the doctor ordered, folks. That ball is hit down to short, I believe. No, down the second. Boland's up with it. He tosses it over to the McMillan. He fires it over to Joe Adcock. And out of races the walk. And now Roy Face is up. See if Beatles wants to pitch hit for him. He's 1 for 7 this year. Batting 143 on the year. Actually, he's not a bad hitting pitcher. His actual average in 61 was 273. Hey, have a good one, Philip. See who Beatles wants to pitch hit for him with. Hey, Michael. Of course, you got a righty on the mound, Beatles. I'll bring up I think they got two lefties on there. Got two lefties on the bench if you want to use the lefties. And you got Schofield's a switch hitter. Oh, you got Walt as a lefty and Rocky as a lefty, and then you got Schofield as a switch hitter, Beatles. Then the righties, you got Joe Christopher, Don Leffert, and Johnny Logan, and Hal Smith. Sorry about that, bud. All right, Rocky it is. Rocky Nelson's coming in to pitch hit for face. And Rocky's batting a buck 57 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs on the season. Nobody on and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Rock, and he's going to pop that one up behind home plate. Joe Torres, he's got room back there, makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's still a 5-3 ball game. See who Beatles wants to bring in here the pitch now. You got Bolin, a righty, then Matthews, a lefty, and then Aaron, a righty. Due up. So you got a righty, lefty, righty. McBean, you got it. There's Al. Al's got a 2.57 ERA. He's 1-0 this year with 1 save. Like I say, he'll be going up against Bolin, Matthews, and Aaron here in the 8th. See if he can shut down the 2-3-4 hitter. Frank's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Frank Bolin, and that's going to be popped up behind home plate. And that'll be out number 1. 1 down here in the 8th. That'll bring up Mr. Matthews. He homered his last time up. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a base on balls. That brings the tying run up to the plate and Henry Hank Aaron. See if Hank can be a hero here, folks, and tie this game up. He's 1 for 3 with a double. He doubled his last time up. Here's the pitch to the hammer. And that's going to be a base hit into left in the right field. And Matthews is going to motor around second. He's headed to third. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and he's in there safely. So we got first and third, and 1 out here for Joe Adcock. And I assume you want to play back for the double play, don't you? Guess you didn't see that one. Yeah, I hear you, Beatles. Like I say, the runner on third doesn't mean anything. I guess Beatles wants to play back. We'll see here. Adcock doesn't have much speed. You wanted to intentionally walk him? We can do that, Beatles. Yeah, that ain't a problem, bud. Yeah, we can undo it. That's the best thing about this. Sorry about that. I didn't see it. Yeah, we can intentionally walk Mr. Aaron. So now we got first and second with Adcock up. So here we go. Not a problem, bud. So we got Joe Adcock up now, batting .269, 23 home runs. He's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be another base on balls. Joe Adcock trots on down the first. When the bases are juice, folks. Nowhere to put them now for Frank Thomas. See if Beatles wants to make a pitching change here. Bases juiced, 1 out, 5-3 ball game. All righty. You in double play death, Beatles? Again, you got Adcock with not much speed. Frank Thomas with not much speed. All right. The Pirates are going to play a double play death. Frank Thomas 0 for 3. Only batting .242 on the year, folks. Can he get off the snot here and be a hero for the Braves? Here's the pitch from Al. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. That's going to score 2 runs. And Joe Adcock's going to motor over to third. Here's the throw from Skinner. Aaron comes across, and this is a tie ball game, folks. Joe Adcock's heading down the third, and the throw from Skinner, and they get Joe Adcock. Well, they were supposed to get Joe Adcock and throw him out. Let's redo this. Joe Adcock was supposed to be thrown out trying for third. So we got Frank Thomas down at first for Joe Torre in a tie ball game, folks. All righty, Beetle says let Al pitch to Joe Torres here. Now there's 2 outs, runner on at first. Can Joe Torre untie this game? It'll take a heck of a double for Frank Thomas to score, folks. Here's the pitch for Joe. And that's going to end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. McBean's up with it. He tosses over to first, but the Braves score 2 and tie this ball game up, folks. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 5-5. We got the top of the order due up for the Pirates. Vernon, Houck, and Skinner. Bill's 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the day. Here's the pitch to Bill. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Matthews up with it. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. And now Don's up. He is 1 for 4. He singled in the first, struck out, popped up, and grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Hank's got it. 2 up and 2 down here in the 9th. And that brings up Mr. Skinner. And he's 1 for 3 with a walk, a double, and he scored. And this ball is well hit off of Don. Can Skinner give the Pirates the lead back, folks? Blast that ball in the right field. He makes a big turn around first. Aaron fires the ball back in. Skinner stops, doesn't want to get thrown out at second. That brings up Dick Stewart. Dick's 0 for 4 today. Struck out and grounded out the short twice and grounded out the first. Here's the pitch to Stewart. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the center field. Gino goes back, makes the catch near the track for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 5. You got McMillan, a pitch hitter, and then Gino due up here. So here's Mac. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Can he get on base, folks? Set the table here in the 9th. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. And that'll be out number 1. Now let's see who we're going to pitch hit for Don. See if Beetle wants to counter. We're going to probably bring in a lefty, and Lee May's going to come out to pitch hit. Let's see if Beatles wants to bring in a lefty to face him. Yeah, the Tigers, right, Michael? All righty. Beatles wants to see who he's got in the bullpen that's lefties. You got Bobby Chances in the bullpen as a lefty. And you also got, I think that's it. He's the only lefty you got in the bullpen. Yep. You want to bring Bobby in? The other 2 left in the bullpen are righties, Witt and Laban. Laban is a C pitcher, YZ in relief. Bobby is a B pitcher, YZ in relief. If that matters, Beetle. Hey, Texags. Alrighty, we're bringing Bobby in here to face Mr. May. Nobody on, one out. And Lee's batting .240 on the year, folks. 12 home runs, 28 RBIs. Can Lee get on here for the top of the order? And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Bill Vernon has just been out there robbing these Braves left and right with base hits, folks. Another nice play by Vernon. So now there's 2 outs. Gino up the bat. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. See what Gino can do here, folks. And he gets a hold of this one off of Bobby. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going walk-off home run by Gino. Jeez, you Pete's unexpected there. Jeez, you Pete's. Yeah, he did a hell of a job today, but man, Gino comes through with a home run off of Bobby and wins the game in the 9th inning, folks. Woo! Let's take a look at the box score here. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Beatles. That was fun. Thanks, Al. It was a great game. I like it when somebody manages and makes it fun. Little interaction. Yeah, I think he was with them that year because I know the Braves got him in a trade, Beatles. I'll have to look and see here where all he played. Pirates, 5 runs on 9 hits and an error. The Braves, 6 runs on 6 hits and an error. So the Pirates out hit the Braves 9-6. Dick Stewart was 2 for 5. Old Smokey Burgess, 2 for 4. And the Groat, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. You had Skinner and Groat both hitting doubles. Like I say, Groat had a nice game. Old Smokey did too. Pirates had their chances. They was 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Not bad. Left 8 men on. Let's see here. The Braves just scattered some hits all throughout the game. Frank Thomas with that double. You had Hank with a double. You had Gino and Matthews with the home runs. The Braves were 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Not bad. They only left 5 men on base. Old Joe pitched 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 3, and gave up a home run. Face comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning. McBean comes in, pitches an inning and a third, gives up a hit, 2 runs, walks 3. He just didn't have it. Poor Bob comes in and pitches a third of an inning and gives up the gopher ball to get the loss to fall to 5-4. Wiley pitches 6 innings, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. Walked 2 and struck out 8. Old Notebert comes in, pitches an inning, gives up a hit. And Don comes in and pitches 2 innings and gets his record to 1-3, gives up a hit and a walk. Beatles want to see where old Gino was at this year, like I say. Let's take a look here. Then we'll take and do the fast score. Fast play here. Where's old Gino at? There he is. Yeah, he was with Pittsburgh. Let's look at his played in 22 games for Pittsburgh Beatles. Hit .247, 2 home runs. 7 RBIs for the Pirates before the Braves traded for him. Doesn't say who they got for him. Let's look it up and see who the Braves gave up for him. They got Johnny Logan. Pirates did the shortstop for Gino. Alrighty, let's do some fast play here. Betrayed. Yeah. Remind you of another Brave, a first baseman with speed. Motored around, scored in the playoffs. Oh, Sid. Al Sid. Beetle says he still lives in Pittsburgh just to remind them all. Alrighty, let's see here. We got 3 games in the National League. We got Ken's Phillies traveling to Chicago to take on the Cubbies. See what happens up here in the Windy City. Yeah, I bet he does. He always seemed like a hell of a good guy. The Phillies 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. The Cubbies 6 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Oh, Curtis goes the distance with a 3-hitter. And we got the Reds traveling out to LA to take on the Dodgers. You got Joey J taking on the left hand of God, Mr. Koufax. Let's see what happens out here in LA. And the Reds beat up on the left hand of God. 7 runs on 13 hits and an error. Dodgers only 1 run off of Joey J, 4 hits and an error. And then the last game here on August 15th is the Cardinals at the Giants. Let's see if the Cardinals can help the Braves out here. The Cardinals pitching Simmons against Juan Marichal for the Giants. And the Cardinals with 8 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Giants fall to the Cardinals, 4 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. Take a look at the standings here, folks. After August 15th in the National League. And the Braves are 2.5 games up on the Giants. The Reds are 6 games back. The St. Louis Cardinals are 9.5 games back. Dodgers are now 12 games back. Cubbies 13. The Pirates 14. And the Phillies are 27 games back. Clemente's leading the league with a .358 batting average. Willie stuck on 31 home runs. Zepeda's at 96 RBIs to lead the league. Warren Spine's leading the National League with a 2.53 ERA. You got Burdette, Joey J, and O'Toole tied with 13 wins apiece. And Don with 27 saves on the year. Cepeda still leading the MVP. Frank Robinson and his teammates starting to get closer, though. Jim O'Toole now is leading in the Cy Young. That's been close all year. All righty, folks. We had Beatles in here helping manage the Pirates. Check out his great channel. Ken Castro is here. Yeah, stats look good. Like I say, Apba Apple always does a great job, but this digital diamond, it's doing a hell of a job. I'm impressed with its engine, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a damn good engine, Ken, just to play on its own. And like I say, Apple always does do a good job with stats. Michael was here. Check out his channel with his stadiums. He says he might be putting some games on there soon. Tex Ag 75. Al Red Sox fan, check out his great channel. 007 says he's going to have a game on tomorrow. He's doing inside pitch on the PC. Check that out, folks. Legend says he might be doing a football video with his John Madden project later tonight. So check that out if he does. Says it all depends on work. Philip Reynolds, he was in here and had to go to bed. Check out his channel. He's been doing some soccer over on his channel, folks. Doug Hunt was here. Cleveland baseball fan 879 was here. Check out his 2007 playoffs now, folks. And I believe that was everybody. Didn't miss anybody, did I? I think we got them all. Alrighty, folks. Well, thanks for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell on the way out. And while you're leaving Milwaukee County Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Sure, easy for me to say at 10 o'clock at night. Until next time, y'all have a great night and take care. Beatles, you going to do anything here? See if Beatles are going to do anything after the game here. Maybe we can all hop over to Beatles channel. See if the Braves play the Pirates again on the 16th while we're waiting. Oh, cool. We'll head over to the Beatles channel. Yeah, Beatles. The Braves play the Pirates on the 16th. So you got Friend against Spawn. That should be a hell of a pitching duel. If you want to help manage that game, that'll be fun. Hopefully do that sometime tomorrow. Maybe I'll wait until tomorrow night to do that. Save it until you get off work if you're up to doing that. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to get off here so Beatles can start up. Head on over there, and we'll see you then. Take care, my friends.